Welcome to Crocodile MTG, your home of competitive, constructed play in the modern, standard, and legacy formats. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons. Thank you so much for supporting the Crocodile MTG channel, and we hope you enjoy today's video. After a long grindy game 1, we took game number 3. All right, hopefully here we can get a good hand to start with. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jordan with Crocodile MTG, here bringing you another Magic the Gathering video. If you are watching this on Twitch, that is because we are live screening the recording. If you're watching this on YouTube, that is if you ever wonder if I'm talking to anyone or if you see the chat, that is because we are on Twitch. So either way, wherever you are at, please hit that follow on Twitch and subscribe on YouTube. And I hope you enjoy the video. Today we are drafting M20. This is game number 3 against Blazing Beamer. We drafted a pretty powerful red-green deck of M20, and hopefully it'll be good enough to win us a straight 3-0 draft. So we did win game 1, and we also won game 2. I'm a little worried here because we didn't hit our 3rd land drop, and our deck is running 17 lands. Looks like we're against possibly Jeskai Flyers also, which is kind of a tough matchup for us. So I'd really need to hit land 3 here, and luckily we do. Alright, so we're going to play Gift of Paradise here. We're going to draw 3. Or game 3, I'm sorry. I wish we could draw 3 off Gift of Paradise. That'd be a really overpowered card. And as long as we hit our land next turn, we will be right on par with our mana base. If we don't, I'll be tempted to Keldon Raider. I'm not sure exactly what I would discard in this instance. I think our hand is very powerful as long as we can get to the late game. I'd really like to play out this Silverback Shaman next turn. So, okay, and we draw the land, so we're on curve. So we're going to go ahead and play out Silverback Shaman and pass the turn. We do have this Vial of Dragon Fire here. So if our opponent has a lot of tap down threats, we might be in a little bit of trouble. If not, we have this Vial of Fire Dragon. We can remove any low toughness flyers that might be threatening us and hopefully be able to swing in for quite a bit of damage. If we hit our land drop next turn as well, we can play out this Predator, which is a 6/5 Dinosaur Menacer. It's Menace, but I call it Menasaur, not a Minotaur. Easily mistaken. And hopefully we'll just be able to power through and push through some damage. I don't want to... It's unfair when our opponent doesn't get to play Magic, but I was going to say, I wonder if they hit their land drop here. So it looks like they do. They're going to play Prophet, which is a 3/4. I'm sorry, a 3/3. And when it enters, they get the Scry 2. Sure. Alright, we hit our land drop. So I'm just going to move to combat and swing in for 5 here. And if our opponent doesn't block... I was going to say, if they do block, they're taking 5. They're taking 2. If they don't block, then they're just taking 5 from our Silverback Shaman. And again, now that we're at 6 mana, we can pretty much play anything in our deck. We have a Hydra we like more than 6 mana for, which that's just a late game powerhouse. Alright, our opponent has Temple of Triumph here. Alright, now they have Dungeon Geist. So Dungeon Geist is a little bit of a rough card for us. Fortunately, we're going to get to take care of it right now. We're going to move the combat and swing in for 6. If our opponent double blocks here, we're just going to use the Vial. Please double block. I was going to say, if our opponent double blocks, we're just going to use the Vial here. Alright, our opponent's down to 10. So they're under a lot of pressure here from us. This deck is definitely has been doing one good job, and that has been pressuring our opponent. Alright, they're going to draw 2 cards here looking for an answer. Probably looking for a Frost Lynx if I were to guess. And if they don't find the Frost Lynx, I'm just going to be able to Vial and probably kill them. I was going to say, they could also have like something like a Paralyzing Grasp, but it looks like they just have a Octoprophet. The Octoprophet can double block the Predator though, which is a little rough for us. We are still going to be putting quite a bit of pressure on our opponent though. So they did put 1 card top, 1 card bottom with the Octoprophet. We're going to get hit for 2 by Seer here. And now we're just going to move the combat and attack. They probably double block the Predator. If they don't and they double block the Shaman, I can just kill both of them. Alright, and again, I'm just killing the Shaman, or the Octoprophets here. And I don't see a way out for our opponent. I am going to play the Keldon Raider. I don't think I want to... I think I'm just going to play out the Centaur. And now they have quite a bit they have to fight through. Our opponent either has a board wipe or they just gave up. It's more likely to be a board wipe. Yeah, planar cleansing. Alright, now we have to... Oh, shoot. I did not realize... Okay, we're going to play out the Spider here. I didn't realize that our Vial could be killed by planar cleansing. That one was a little rough. We did get the draw card, though, off Silverback, and that was Thrashing Brontodon. So now we have a reach creature. Our opponent's playing something pretty large. Alright, it's a 4/4 Angel. Put a 1/1 counter on another target creature you control. So, I think that's fine. We're going to play out Shaman here. We're going to pass the turn. And hopefully they either stumble on creatures or we find a removal spell of some sort. We do have Thrashing Brontodon, so... Maybe we can be able to use that for something, but we're definitely keeping the pressure on our opponent. Alright, here is Griffin Sentinel. So I'm going to swing with both my creatures. I'm not afraid of either of them. And even if they put a counter on... Yeah, I'm just going to play the Thrashing Brontodon here in case they have something I'm not aware of. And I'm going to swing in with both. I'm going to keep the pressure on our opponent. I'm not too worried about Mammoth Spider getting blocked. I was going to say, if they don't block, they're going down to 1. Maybe they have something for our Shaman. Alright, that's fine. They're going to take out our Spider. Do they have something for the Shaman? Okay, they have the Shock. Alright, we're going to get the draw. Alright, there's Keldon Raider. So that's pretty good. I would like to discard a card. Unfortunately, I don't have one to discard. We are just going to swing with probably Keldon Raider next turn. We haven't seen Pulse and Marasi yet, and we haven't seen our are rare. All right, so this is a little weird. So I can attack here. They'll block with the Denizen, and then they'll probably pump with Herald. Man, we're so far ahead of this game, but so far behind as well. Our opponent luckily only has one card in hand, so we're starting to get threats out of their hand, which is good. And we definitely have some powerful threats of our own still in our deck. Alright, our opponent's going to mill us for 2. Hopefully they don't hit our Hydra. Alright, they hit 2 lands, which is actually pretty good for us. So that means there's only 8 lands left in our deck. And this is weird. They can't use... Alright, we're going to take out the row here. I was going to say, this is weird because they can't use Herald because of the way they decided to block. Alright, we're going to play out Centaur Courser here. And like I said, our opponent is still on a tight clock. They are going to get to use Herald twice, so I do have to be aware of that, and I do have to be careful. Yeah, they're probably just going to use it now. Alright, sure. And now I have to find probably my Hydra. Wow, they're swinging in here. Oh, there's the Hydra. So what damage can I do here? I'm gonna play it for 5. All right, I'm gonna fight the Sentinel here. Move the combat and swing. They can block, but if they don't, they're dead. And if they do, I don't think they have a way they can. All right, I guess we'll see. Top of their deck. What's it have? All right, that's game. Oh, I was a little worried there for a second. All right, we're going to bring in Plummet here, I think, and probably Tectonic Rift. Definitely Plummet. They had plenty of creatures here. We have more Mammoth Spiders, but I really don't think we want another. I think I'm going to take out Active Treason. I think we might just be playing the 41 card deck. I don't see anything I actually want to take out other than that. I think I want to have a Tectonic Rift just in case. I want to Plummet for sure. We're just going to play the 41 card deck. I don't know how this is going to go, but hopefully it goes pretty well. Again, I want to thank our awesome sponsors, manatraders.com. They are a card rental service for tabletop and digital Magic. So if you play MTGO, all our videos are recorded using their services. We've been to major tournaments such as SCG Pittsburgh a few weekends ago. We also use their services for that. We also have Inked Gaming, which makes awesome custom gaming supplies. And we have our Patreon for viewers like you that would like to support and invest more into the Crocodile MTG channel. We have that at patreon.com/crocodilemtg. We're going to go ahead and keep this hand. And we're going to pray we get another land. So as long we're on the draw, so the chances of us getting a third land by turn 3 are pretty high. And if we can do that, we can play the Centaur Coursers on turn 3 and 4, and then play Gift of Paradise and gain some life. And hopefully that's going to be good enough. Our opponent did also keep 7, and they're going to start off once they figure out what land they want to play. I do also want to remind everyone that we are recording on Twitch. This is a live recording, and if you'd like to be a participant in the live recordings, we typically record between 4:30 and 10:30. p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you would like to be part of that, please subscribe, hit that follow button, and subscribe to our YouTube channel and Twitch channel. Both are at twitch.tv/crocodilemtg and youtube.com/crocodilemtg. Thank you guys so much for watching, too. I appreciate it. We have a 3/3 with Defender entering the battlefield. We have our third land drop confirmed. And our opponent is now playing the gain 1 life land in red and white. So our opponent does have all their colors here. Unfortunately, they don't have red, white to be able to play with. So if they have anything that costs red and white in their hand, they're not going to be able to play it. As soon as our opponent passes the turn back, we're probably going to start with the Centaur Courser and then start swinging in for a 3. We're most likely going to trade with the Moat Piranha, but we also have this Pulsa Marasa in our hand, so I'm not too worried about that. So we're going to go ahead and start with this Courser. And we'll see what our opponent plays out this turn. We also have Reduce the Ashes in hand, which is a really good card. Uh-oh. We have a 1/6 coming in. Alright, so what to do here? Probably just play out this Courser, and then I'm going to attack in. It's most likely going to trade with this Piranha, but I think I'm fine with that. And if they just block with the Fortress Crab, I think I'm fine with that also. Yeah, they're just going to play the Fortress Crab here. Or block with the Fortress Crab. Alright, Mountain from our opponent. Dungeon Geist is coming in. What's it going to block? Or tap down? Courser. Coming in with Fortress Crab. Alright, here comes the Fortress Crab. Alright, Fortress Crab on defense. Alright, and now I'm going to just get to play the Mammoth Spider. And I have the Reduce the Ashes up, I have Gift, and I have Pulse. All these are fantastic cards. So our opponent's not going to be able to really get in any damage. And then we're going to eventually build up our board that's probably going to overwhelm our opponent. I'm not going to swing for 3 here. They'll just block with Fortress Crab. There's really no point. And we'll see what our opponent's plays are. We really want to save this Reduce the Ashes until we see something we absolutely need to get rid of. If it ends up being this Geist, so be it. But I'd really like to save it for a little while. I think I'm going to go ahead and go to combat. Alright, Fortress Crab's fine. I guess I do probably want to get aggressive. I'm going to take out this Dungeon Geist. And our opponent might have a negate actually for it. Okay, they have an Anticipate. So hopefully they don't find their flyer that can pump the team. If they do, that one's probably the one I fear the most. Alright, they're going to gain 1 life here off their land. And, alright, they found a 4/6 Serpent. And you can pay 7 and make it so it cannot be blocked. Alright, I think that's probably fine. I think I'm just going to play out the Mammoth Spider here and pass the turn. Again, we have Gift, Paradise, and Pulsa Marasa to hopefully be able to deal with most of their permanents. These big 6 toughness threats are just a powerhouse all on their own, though. So they can start hitting us for 4, though, which is a little concerning. But if they start hitting us for 4, then we can start hitting back for 9. So it's kind of like, where do you want to be in this fight? We did win game 1, so hopefully we can repeat that process in game 2. I'm hoping to, at least. So the other thing about this too is if we go to combat next turn and swing everything, and so I think they don't have to swing with Sea Serpent here, but I would if I were them. All right. So this might end up being good for us. This is likely to be good for us. Alright, so I'm going to start by Gift of Paradising this forest. And then I'm going to move the combat. And then I'm going to swing with everything. And if our opponent blocks anything, then I'm going to play the Feral Invocation. And then I have 9 power coming back through on the board. Alright, so I'm going to play Feral Invocation, and I'm going to probably play it... So 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, that's not enough. So I want to save my creature here, so I'm going to play it here. I'm going to make a 5/5. And if they have Shock here, then my creature's going to die anyhow. But then at least I know I got the Shock out of their hand. Because they did... I think this was the opponent that played Shock in the previous turn. So now I have 12 damage. Okay, and they have Shock. Yeah, they did have the Shock. All right, so we do have a lot of life we can gain. So if they just keep, what are they doing? All right, I guess they're just making sure that we cannot block this 4/6 coming in. Again, we have tons of life to work with, though. And we have this Tectonic Rift in our hand, so we just have to... Alright, we're going to put it on this forest. So we have 4 mana to work with here. We're going to move the combat and attack. I think I'm going to use Rabid Bite this turn. Should I? So I can use Rabbit Bite this turn, or I can... I'm going to wait. I might use Pulsamarasa this turn just to get back the Centaur. Alright, our opponent drew another land, unfortunately for them. Alright, they're going to activate the Serpent. Alright, we're down to 11. Alright, there's another land for us. We're hitting our opponent to 13 this turn. So again, not enough for... do I just play Pulsamarasa here? Yeah, I'm going to play Pulsamarasa here, get back Centaur. And then I'm going to cast Centaur. And then I might as well Rabid Bite this crab. And then what I can do is destroy one of their mana sources next turn and with Tectonic Rift and swing in for 9. And then I think I have just the lethal swing the following turn. Because I'll hit them the 4. Yeah, unless they find something with flying. Yeah, I probably want to use the Tectonic Edge soon. So I'm going to rabbit bite this now. Do I rabbit bite this now? I don't think I do. I think I just hold back. Because if they play something powerful that has flying, I want to be able to kill it. Oh my goodness, they drew another land. And it's a tap land in the form of Temple of Triumph. It's not great. So they put one card on top. So I'm not... It could be like planar cleansing or something. Alright, so this is the turn I'm going to use Tectonic Edge. And I'm going to swing in for 9. Hitting him down to 4. And now hopefully we're going to be able to get through. Our opponent's going to play something out here. Planar Cleansing? Alright, return up to 2 instants and sorceries. Alright, so they're going to get Anticipate and Shock back. And this is a 3/3, so it can trade with a Centaur. Maybe I went too soon. We are in the driver's seat here, though. So if I draw something and I'm going to be able to rabbit bite, so they have Anticipate in their hand and they have Shock in their hand. If I draw Hydra, I mean, it has to be game over if I draw Hydra, right? Alright, there's a Sentinel. Alright, I'm just going to play out Sentinel here and pass the turn. And our opponent is going to get to Anticipate and... Oh, shoot, they're going to be able to Shock too. Turn off. So if I Rapid Bite here, I can get in for 3. I mean, I'm getting desperate at this point. They can Shock down my Sentinel. I'm going to have 2 creatures next turn. I think they're going to have 2 blockers. I'm going to have to draw a removal spell off the top if I want to win. And they're going to get to Anticipate this turn as well. So it's likely that yeah, I mean, we have Vial somewhere in our deck. If we find Vial, we're sitting at 17. They're going to be at 1. We're going to lose 1 creature on this board. I have to push the pressure through. I have to get to a point where they have to block everything or they lose. They do have Shock in hand that we know about. Alright, again, we're going to get in for 3 here. Alright, so Swiftwater Cliffs puts them to 2. If we draw Vial, then Vial will kill them. If they don't have any other ways of gaining life. There are definitely a lot of ways to gain life in the core set, so... Alright, they got to draw 2 cards. So they are definitely getting back into this. Sorry everyone, that was my dog in the background. So now they have Octoprophet. So if we draw Vial, I think they put 1 card on top, 1 card on bottom. If we draw Vial, we just win. Alright, we didn't. So now we play Thrashing Brontodon and we pass the turn. Hey, bud. Our opponent's sitting at 2, and they're gonna get the. They can shock our Sentinel, or they can shock themselves. If they point that shock at themselves, I would love the win. Again, I don't think I fired off that Tectonic Rift too soon, because our opponent had to hit a specific set of sequences to actually get to this point. So, all right, I'm gonna turn off auto yields because our opponent's taking a minute. Okay, I just wanted to make sure they weren't gonna do anything that would. All right, so they're gonna get the draw card. We would really love to see some of our 5/4 gorillas or something with trample. What I could do is Thrashing Brontodon and get the sleep paralysis off the Mammoth Spider. Mammoth Spider is definitely a better attacker. However, I don't think that'd be profitable in the end, because they'd be able to block with Serpent on Courser. They'd be able to block here. They could block a Fortress Crab, and then they could double block if they wanted a Spider and shock our Sentinel. Yeah, it wouldn't lead to profitable attacks. So there's not a point to actually doing something like that unless they tried to kill our Brontodon. If they try to kill our Brontodon, then we'll be in pretty good shape, because then we can do that. But again, unless I find... Vial will instantly kill them if they don't have a counter spell. Alright, that's a land. That's a little unfortunate. I'm not going to attack here. They have 4 blockers to our 3 attackers. I'm just going to pass the turn. We have... Alright, so they flash. That's fine. They also have 5 minutes left on the clock, so that is relevant on MTGO. We do have the chest timer. Alright, sure. I don't really see a way our opponent's going to win this game, though. And if we go to game 3, then that's... Alright, if they attack here, that might be a mistake. Because this is where I might want to... Alright, I'm going to move to attacks here. I'm going to put pressure on our opponent. I'm pretty sure they have to block everything, and if they try to kill a Thrashing Brontodon, then I'm just going to untap our other Mammoth Spider. Yeah, they don't have great attacks here, or great blocks here. And we have another Mammoth Spider in hand, so I'm fine with this. We don't lose anything, they lose 2 things. Now again, we have to be careful because they have the board wipe. So if they play the board wipe here, that's fine, but we're not going to get to... And I think they do have the board wipe here. So now I'm going to Thrashing Brontodon, the sleep paralysis on the Spider. So that's going to give me 2 attackers next turn. Yeah, and their back is against the wall, and they have 3 minutes left on the clock. They probably have ways out, but they're definitely going to be difficult to grasp. And if we ever find a Hydra, I think that's just game over at this point. Like, they have to play another blocker here. They have to get in with Serpent. Yeah, they can't even afford to... Alright, we're just going to play Silverback Shaman here. And we'll probably pass. There's no advantage at this very moment to getting in. We wouldn't kill anything. Next turn, I'm fine, I think, with swinging with everything. Because if they kill the Silverback Shaman with the Serpent, then we're going to draw a card. And that's just one more card closer to possibly hitting Vial. And they have 3 minutes left on the clock. They have 3 cards in hand. We're at 13 life, and they ended up conceding. And that is the game. And we ended up getting 6 Core Set 2020 booster packs. We got an awesome competitive trophy, and here is our qualifier point as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed today's video, and we will see you next time. Good luck at your pre-releases this weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Please go hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video. For your custom playmats, mousepads, and more, head over to Inked Gaming. Use promo code crocodilemtg10 to receive 10% off your order. Today's video was brought to you by all our wonderful sponsors, affiliates, and patrons.